Ken Paxton is speaking out on social media just hours after day one of the impeachment trial against him wrapped up. It reads, quote, "I want to thank you all for your prayers and your support. I will never back down for defending freedom." That's his response after a full day of conversations in court all about him. We do have team coverage for you tonight in Austin to break down everything that you need to know from this first day. We're going to start with Doug Dunbar leading off our coverage tonight about how the day got started and what a day it was, Doug.
Ken, thank you. Yeah, the day began, honestly, kind of as expected today as we began to wander our way through the business side of things in the morning in the Capitol behind me, obviously. First order of business was to lay out how the trial's going to go, what things will look like going forward, scheduling, all the minutia that's involved in putting something of this magnitude together, and what was also and will be expected of everyone who is in the room. And that did, in that moment, include Ken Paxton. Oddly enough, that would change by the afternoon. We'll have more on that in a moment and why that changed. But meantime, there was one moment this morning before everything got underway we wanted to share with you. It was after a hug with his wife and Senator Angela Paxton that he shared a smile, had a little wave there to the gallery. But that demeanor then would quickly change when the moment finally arrived that each of the articles of impeachment against him was read aloud and for the record.
Articles of impeachment. Article 1, disregard of official duty, protection of charitable organization. While holding office as
Sobering moment, of course, hearing each article of impeachment read aloud. What followed was basically to-the-point instructions from Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick to all who will be having a vote and who will stand in judgment of the suspended Attorney General.
Your decision must only be based on the facts and evidence presented here in this chamber, and by considering the credibility of the witnesses testifying here and here only, under oath.
That admonishment directed at the 30 senator jurors who will be voting on each article of impeachment. And remember, we do have 31 senators in the state of Texas, but while Senator Angela Paxton is allowed in chambers to watch the events, she will not be allowed to vote on the fate of her husband. Our Andrea Lucia has spent the day inside the Capitol, in there since earlier this morning. Here now joining us live in Austin to walk us through what this day has been like from that perspective. Andrea?
Yeah, well, you know, like in any trial, opening statements can give us a good idea of what to expect. And we heard them today. They gave us an idea of what arguments will be made, how those arguments will be made. And right off the bat, there were some clear differences from each side.
As the overwhelming evidence will show, he is not fit to be the Attorney General for the state of Texas.
First up was Representative Andrew Murr for the House impeachment managers. He took just 17 minutes, leaving the prosecution more time to question witnesses.
These witnesses will explain step by step how they discovered that Mr. Paxton grew increasingly intent and passionate about helping his partner, Nate Paul.
Murr says Paxton's own former top aides will detail their accusations that he handed the keys to the Attorney General's office over to Paul, a donor who allegedly paid for Paxton's kitchen renovation and helped him conceal an extramarital affair.
It's a tale full of sound and fury. It signifies nothing.
Ken Paxton's attorneys used nearly the whole hour allotted to them to attack the allegations against Paxton, the House impeachment managers, the House Speaker, the Lieutenant Governor's gag order, and the press. Even the integrity of the senators serving as jurors was called into question.
Cases are supposed to be decided only upon the evidence. But I do wonder, are we really going to get a fair trial here? Have you already decided based on what is politically expedient or what's best for you personally?
Paxton's attorneys also questioned the impeachment process itself, calling it an effort to overturn the will of the voters.
Your decision is much bigger than Ken Paxton. Your decision is literally about democracy in this state.
The Founding Fathers debated and rejected the idea that elections could singularly protect the public against abusive office holders. In other words, drafters agreed that impeachment was and is necessary.
Yeah, overall, Paxton's attorneys were more animated. They used more colorful language. They got some chuckles from Paxton supporters that were sitting in the gallery watching this all. The prosecution a bit more pointed and direct, and I think that's going to continue to play out as this progresses. Doug?
So you watch from inside, I watch from outside through this day, and I think we both agreed this evening that there is so much when we talk about the volume of things that we could talk about through this entire day. But I want to know from your perspective, end of the day, what are the key takeaways for you as you put day one in the rearview mirror?
Yeah, well, one key takeaway is how personal this is all going to get. We were told we're going to hear a lot about the woman that Paxton is alleged to have had an affair with. We were told we're going to see a lot of pictures of the inside of the Paxton's home, particularly that kitchen. We were even told we're going to see pictures of the Paxtons at Home Depot, at Lowe's. The defense says it's going to show that they played an active role and they were the ones that were handling this renovation, not Nate Paul. And it's really hard to forget that right there in the Senate chamber, as all of this is going to be presented, is Senator Angela Paxton. She may not be voting in the trial, but she will be there. That said, if any of what she heard today upset her, she didn't let it show.
Our eyes inside the Capitol on day one. Andrea Lucia, thank you. Honored to be here with you tonight. So we thank you. And Ken, a quick reminder, each side in this process moving forward gets a full 24 hours of court time, if you will, over the course of the coming days to present either their case for or against what is going on here, obviously. So this looks, by estimation, to go deep into next week, if not possibly into the weekend next week. They'll get back at it tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. here at the Capitol behind me. And CBS News Texas will be here to cover every moment of it for you.
Absolutely, Doug. By some estimates, according to some experts, they're saying even 2 weeks. So we're certainly in for the long haul. Day one is in the books. Day two tomorrow. Doug Dunbar, live in Austin. We appreciate it. And of course, folks, you're going to want to look for live coverage throughout the impeachment trial from Austin. And we will stream the trial live each day. We'll do it through the CBS News Texas YouTube channel, so you can find it all there for